Hello, welcome to my stream. We are starting off with the the BSB high today. Hi. Starting off with why my camera. There we go. I've got new music, and I have. That's good or not? It sounds loud. That's what it sounds like. There we go. That should be fine. Okay. Hi. Alright, well, let me go ahead and start off with my Spost was the first traveler. Welcome in. Welcome in, Spost. Welcome, Gerbil. Of course, my husband is here as well, as he should be. I believe he is actually changing our Smudge into pajamas right now. Let me see, Gerbil. And it is Gamma on a 5-stream streak. That's insane. We are starting this stream with pure chaos because, why not be pure chaos? There's a Gami! Oh, redeemed traveler check-in, because I remember to add it like a good moth. Let me see here. Gamma redeemed traveler check-in. Turbo! Redeemed traveler check-in. Right, the thingy! I remembered the thingy. I think I am very smart for remembering the thingy. Okay, so the pure chaos that happened. I have this tree. Traveler chicken. So I have this tree from, forever ago that I bought. And, it ran out of batteries. And for some reason, I can't stream without it being lit up. Battery-powered tree. Yes, it is a battery-powered tree. I can't stream without it being lit up because it's a vibe. Is its bark worse than its bite? Can I time you out, Kami? No, wait, you're in a safe spot. I forgot. You're fine. Thinaday? Thanaday? Redeemed traveler check-in. Hi. Welcome in. Anywho. So, yes, it is a really cute little tree. And are you ready? Boom! It's green. It lights up green. It's an eerie green. And I always have it right here. And you can just barely see the eerie green. Ness. Oh. Radium green. It's not, but it is. But it is. Alright, y'all. I guess let's go ahead and start cozy, or, cabin news. First off, the cabin news is that I only have 2 drinks today. That is the big shocker. That was the true shock here. I have a sparkling water. Because, why not? And this is a lovely glass of, let me see, it's herbal chamomile citrus something. I just love to eat panini. Oh, lol, I'm terrible with names. Literally, borderline just gonna call you Ta. Terrible with names. Literally. So, what was it? Herbal chamomile citrus something. You know, a nice cup of tea for while we are talking about wee-woo things, aliens, and the such. So, other cabin news things. As I lean over dramatically. Let's see, let me unfold this. Oh, good lord. Okay, so my daughter's hospital blanket. Yes, she is 4 months old. No, we are not talking about it. So this is where she's currently at. It's very long now. It is very long. I am loving it. Loving it. So, if you guys saw my Twitter, Cozy Cryptids on X. This is my project that I've been currently working on and making actually really great progress on. I only have 2 skeins of yarn to go into this, and then yay, having a lovely Earl Grey. Oh, I do love an Earl Grey. There's something about a good Earl Grey, you know, you just can't argue with. I think it's because it's like, it's basic, it's simple, it's everything that you need. You know what I mean? You can't argue with it. So yeah, I have 2 more balls that need to go into this, and then the border where I have 1 more skein of yarn to do a nice pretty edge, and then I will sew on a backing to it so that it's nice and soft for my daughter. So that's the current project that I have been working on. And the other project I've been working on is another blanket. Can you tell I like making blankets? So this is the other option for a project today. So I can either do this lovely pink little number, which is also for my daughter. Big shock. 90% of the things that I will be making right now, for probably the rest of my life, is going to be for my kid. So that is why I was asking the chat today, or I was asking, what do y'all think I should be working on today while we chit-chat? So, the first person who says which one they want to see me work on, I will work on. Either green or pink. Green or pink. I will work on those. And then we're going to be talking about the hill abduction. Work. Red. Work. Red. Work. Punk. Yellow. Hydra. Are you just saying colors while Smudge is screaming about being put in pajamas? Blue. Hydra. We're gonna go with pink because Kami said an actual answer between green or pink. We're gonna go pink. We're gonna go pink. This one is also a special one. So yes, it is for my daughter. And then, big shock, Borple. I don't even have any Borple. Oh, that's how you spell rainbow. Oh my god, it is Rubigiv. I can see it now. That's cool. Borple. I don't have any Borple projects right now. Hydra, you know this. So this one is also gonna get a back. It's for my kid. She gets the special ones with backings. Okay, that's just how it works. And I'm the one who crafts it, so I get to say. But also, this skein is an abstract mess. I don't know if you guys can tell. It is actually a disaster. So, he's fine. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Yes. Rubigiv. Rubigiv? I'm gonna go with Rubigiv. And here, boop, boop. Get this all adjusted here. Hit. Let me see. So how is y'all's life going currently and everything like that? We've got another 5 minutes of Cozy's cabin chit chat. I have been failing fantastically at studying the Radium Girls. I am doing a horrible job at that. You would think I would be doing like so much better with it. Most times I've seen it said like Roy G. Biv. I don't know, I like Rubigiv. You know, just really like stuff it all in there, you know? And a couple extra letters, I'm pretty sure. Let me see what's been going on this week in Melef. Oh yeah, so doing terrible job at studying the Radium Girls. I've been busy. my boss asked me to go through the moth cave files, and I was unaware, but apparently I am allergic to something that is upstairs in our cave and in our filing room, and it's dusty and musty and gross up there. So, struggle busing to do that. I just don't want it. It's gross up there. Ugh. So that's been that. I've been very busy with that. And then, I've also been researching a different UFO incident. The Virginia asbestos. You know, you might not be that far off. I'm not gonna lie. Asbestos is upstairs. You know, I wouldn't actually be shocked. We used to share a cave. Is your house old enough for that? The moth cave is old enough for that, actually. Legitimately. The moth cave is old enough for that. But I think what part of the problem is that the moth cave shares a wall with a warehouse. Like, just like an empty warehouse, and there's like a ton of rats that come in and out. And it's like an event every time. And so we get rats semi-frequently. And we also get these like gigantic cockroaches. And I think between all of that, I think I have, I think I might be allergic to some of the gunk that's upstairs just for that. It's super gross. I hate it. It's making me itchy now, actually, just thinking about it. Blah. So, we've been doing that, and that's just gross. I got the check for my totaled car, which, you know, made me cry and also just be happy that I got a check. Yeah. I've heard that if you're allergic to shellfish, you can react to roaches. So I'm not allergic to shellfish, but I think it's like a thing. Now I have to look it up. I think it's like a thing to be allergic to cockroaches. Allergy to cockroaches. A cockroach allergy is an immune system reaction protein found in cockroaches, dropping saliva and shed body parts. No. Oh. Oh, would you? Oh, no. Well, would you look at that? Oh. Well. Oh, would you look at that? Oh, would you look at that? Okay. Well, I guess we solved it. Ugh. Well, no wonder I washed my hands like 17 million times. Ugh. Apparently, if you're allergic to cockroaches, you get a really bad rash. And, I actually got a pretty bad rash. Would you look at that? So that's fun. So I'm very much looking forward to being done with, scanning checks. Because they nasty. So scanning those ones, it's just gonna be gross. But I'm looking forward to being done. But I should be done early next week. So I'll give you an update on that on Friday, because I don't think... Yeah. Alright. Well, with that being said, and that grossness being added onto that, let's go ahead and get into the topic for today. Alright. So, does anybody know anything about the Betty and Barney Hill incident? It's one that's like, I feel like everybody either knows or you don't know. Like, it's just, you're in one of those camps. You either know everything about it or you know nothing about it. you know? So, let me see. So this is one where I knew about it, but I hadn't heard, I guess, specific details to it, if that makes sense. Like, not nowhere camp. I mean, that's fair comment. Like, I knew details, but I didn't know exactly all of it. Like, it was one of those I had heard nebulously. Does that make sense? Gamma, something about driving down the road, getting out to investigate, and getting grabbed. Yeah, see, that's, like, basically what I knew about it. So, you know, Yumi, Gamma, same boat until I had to research it. And then I knew so much. And now here I am, sitting here, going to tell you all about what I know about this incident. Feel a bit bad for them. Honestly, same. On, like, so many different levels, too. Like, we'll get into it, but I feel bad for them on many different levels, because I feel like they didn't deserve... They didn't deserve, like, half of what happened, honestly. So, let us get into it. So, Barney Hill is a U.S. veteran working as a postal worker during the time of the incident. Did I actually get pictures? I don't know if I actually got pictures. If I didn't, I'll find them. The answer is no, I did not have pictures. Oh wow, good. I'm so happy that it's showing right there my bad decisions. Yay. Give me just a moo. That one? Okay. Give me a moment. I'm a professional streamer, y'all. I swear. I swear, I swear, I swear. Wow. Okay. I found a picture and it was like, do you want to make it the smallest picture you've ever seen on the planet? Like, yeah, sure, I guess. Okay, never mind. Alright, we're good. So. Found it. This is Betty and Barney Hill. This is our couple we will be talking about tonight. And their interesting thing that happened on, their honeymoon night. September 19th, specifically. Let me go ahead and put that. There we go. Alright. So, Barney, U.S. veteran. We love that. He's working hard. And he gets out of the military and he becomes a postal worker. Which, you know, this was before they went postal. So, yay. And he's age 39 at the time of the incident. And his lovely wife, Eunice Elizabeth Hill, who goes by Betty. I guess because Elizabeth and Beth and probably went to Betty after that. I don't know, it's the 60s. She was a social worker for the NAACP, National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. And she was 42 at the time, so she was a little bit older. She was a little bit of a Robin the Cradle here in this exact situation. And they are an interracial couple, obviously, as you could tell. And the problem during this time, not that I agree with it whatsoever, I just want to make that clear, was that this is the 60s. You know, we're we're not like uber pro marriage at this point, but we're not uber not pro marriage. So if you don't know, while I'm doing this crochet, when I turn corners, I have to put 3 stitches. 3 stitches in to the edge so that I can turn. So that's what the 1, 2, 3 is for. So in New Hampshire, of course, during this time, you know, it's the 1961. It's not that there's like a law against it like there is for a lot of different places down further south. But there's not like a, like, yeah, go do it. It's like more of a, like, I guess you can technically do it. Which is lovely. I hate it. So, we don't know how they met exactly. We are assuming that they met at the NAACP. Because we know that Barney was actually very active in that. He went to all of the meetings and did everything else. And of course, Betty is a social worker working at there, so probably met during an event. And they were also just like a nice couple. Everybody, that's how everybody described them. They were a nice older couple who had found each other a little bit later in life. And, you know, it's a sweet thing. I love it. You know, you go. So, after they got married, they were on a drive during their honeymoon, so they had decided to go to Niagara Falls, which was indeed the, like, ultimate honeymoon place. Personally, I don't see it, but that's me. You know? But also, I don't know, man. Niagara Falls in the 60s must have been kind of epic. I have no idea. I've heard that that was, like, the place to go, though, until fairly recently. So, so they were driving from Montreal to Niagara Falls in Montreal and heading back home. And the day was September 19th, 1961 at 10:30 p.m. They're driving back a little bit late at night. Blah. And Betty had her binoculars. She was an avid sky watcher. She loved watching the sky, and her dad was actually really interested in UFOs. Not like, I wouldn't call him a ufologist, but he was just like he was an amateur watcher. He liked watching, just kind of hanging out. Watching the night sky, seeing the stars, see a UFO go by. Oh my god, that's so cool. And Betty kind of inherited this trait. So, Barney's driving, and Betty's just staring out the window, you know, as she does. And their dog's, you know, sitting in the back seat, hanging out. And she's watching the night sky, they're driving, and she goes, oh, Barney, you have to pull over. I think I just saw something. And he was like, I don't know, babe, like, are you sure you saw something? And she's like, I saw something fly across the sky. And he was like, are you sure it's not like a satellite or something, babe? But like, come on, man, like, it's late, I want to get home. And she's just like, no, pull over. Plus the dog has to go pee. Okay, fine. So he pulls over into a park. They get out. They let the dog out. And Betty is just right on it. She goes to look, and she's staring in the sky, and she's like, this is not a satellite, Barney. Barney's like, Betty, come on. It's a satellite. We've let the dog out to go pee. Come on. You need time for Smudge? Okay. Okay, that's fair. Go bedtime for child. So he's like, I don't know, babe. I'm pretty sure this is still just a satellite. So he's like, look. Look. Nini Smudge. Gamma says 9-9. So He's like, give me the binoculars. Let me see. I'm telling you, this is a satellite. He goes, he puts on the binoculars. He's like, let me look at this thing over here. And they're looking. Betty's watching the dog. You know, trying to get the dog back in the car. And Barney's like, oh my god, what is that? Because it's not doing the thing that a satellite would be. You know, if you have a falling satellite, it just goes off in one way. And it goes off in like one way or another. You know what I mean? It's not like a swoosh swoosh. It'll just go down one way. Oh, we're doing night-night rounds. We're doing night-night rounds. We're gonna have to take a tiny pause for the night-night. We have to say night to the whole house, or else the whole house, or she can't go to sleep. Night-night, Smudge. Night-night, Hydra. Yama says night-night.
Yama.
Bye. Alright. As the baby goes off to sleep. So he's watching and he's expecting, you know, it's gonna go in like a one path because that's what a satellite does. And he goes to look and it's not. It's basically just like, it's darting around, it's going up, down, right, left. It's going in the exact way that you would expect not to see for a satellite. And he's like, this is weird. I don't like this. And then this aircraft, you know, or this whatever it is, it's darting. It's right. It's right. It's right. It's left. And it's going, and it seems like it's going closer to them. And this is when Barney's like, ooh, I've got a bad feeling. Something's wrong. I don't like this. This is not a satellite. It's darting towards us. It is coming directly to us. So he tells Betty, all right, you're right. Let's go. We have to go. I don't like this. So he rushes them all in the car, gets the dog in the car, gets the wife in the car, go. And he is hauling ass down this highway. He is, like, hauling ass. And this thing in the sky is catching up with them. Straight up catching up with them. So he's freaking out because, excuse me, not cool. Not cool. So he's having a little freak out because this doesn't seem right. And let me see if I can find a picture of what he described. Huh. Oh yeah. That is super not what I wanted. Hang on. There we go. Okay. You gotta love the scuff on this one here. Good day, ladies, gentlemen, and thems. Alright. So, let me see here. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So, he's looking at his binoculars. He sees these things coming, and Betty's looking out, and they're driving. He's driving really fast. He's freaking out because this thing is catching up to them. And, you know, he's hauling ass. This shouldn't be happening. Betty's staring out the window. She's looking at it. She's telling him it's coming up closer. It's getting close. It's following us. And Bernie's just slamming on the gas. He's trying. And what they describe it is like a large disc with two fin-like wings on either side, each with a flashing light. And the middle of it had windows lit with like a bright white light that illuminated the things, creatures, people, whatever, within. And it's just no hope. This thing, which I will... Lovely. This thing is coming up faster. It is catching up to them. There is no hope. They are freaking out because there's no way. So, while they're freaking out because this thing is coming up towards them, and as they're driving, this is silent. Okay, this thing, this aircraft, this whatever it is completely dead silent. There is nothing. And they're driving down the road, and they're just freaking out because boom. Everything's quiet. Suddenly, the car is pulled off to the side of the road. Everything's fine. There's just nothing. The thing's gone. Nothing. Nothing happening. And they can't remember how they got there. They can't remember how they pulled off to the side of the road. They don't remember anything. All they know is that the car's still on the road. Everything's fine. Hey, Seventh. Thank you for Traveler Chicken. How you doing, Seventh? We're talking about the Betty and Barney Hill incident. Good. Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm happy you're doing good. Brain fart. Oh, yeah. So, they're driving down the road. This thing has now chased them for a while. But they don't. There's no evidence that happens. They're just like, well, that was strange. We'll just go home. So, they're driving back home. They're like, well, that was weird. I guess that must have just been like a collective nightmare? Because, that happens all the time. You have a nightmare that follows that you have with your spouse as well. Happens all the time. Don't let the high pitchedness in my voice make you think anything different. Totally normal. Totally normal. So, they pull in their driveway, they get in, they're like, God, what's going on? This is weird. Betty looks down at her dress, and it's ripped. She doesn't really know how it got ripped, but it's ripped, and there's a stain on it, and just like, I don't understand. Barney's got, like, this huge scrape on the side of his shoe, doesn't know how that happened, but they're just like, what the hell? And they look at the kitchen clock. God, they've been driving for such a long time. This thing happened, and they don't know what happened, and it's weird. And the clock reads 5 a.m. And they're like, but that doesn't make sense. Because of when they left at 10:30, the latest that they would have been home is about 3 a.m. That's like the worst case scenario. Something they went down a wrong road, had to turn around, that kind of stuff. The worst case scenario, they were going to be home by 3 a.m. But the clock says 5. They're like, well, that's weird. I guess it's just the kitchen clock. The kitchen clock's off. Must have forgotten to change it, or something happened. The dial moved a little bit. Right? So they go and check the living room clock. Living room clock says the exact same thing. So it's not just the kitchen clock. It's 5 a.m. And neither one of their watches work. So they're like, the kitchen clock says 5 a.m. My watch is broken. What about your watch? Oh, your watch is broken. My watch is broken too. Okay, well, let's go check the living room clock. Oh my god, it's 5 a.m. This is weird. And while they're sitting there in their house feeling like this just doesn't feel right, their clothes are wrong, the time is wrong, this thing happens, they just have this, like, feeling that something's watching them. Something not quite from the windows, but like not like somebody is watching from the windows, but like somebody's standing in the corners, you know, like somebody's just out of sight. Just barely sitting in the shadows watching them. And they just are like, you know what? Nobody's gonna believe us. This is ridiculous. We're just gonna keep it a secret. Clearly, this was just a weird thing, and we're just gonna drop it. You know, there's no way it was actually aliens. There's no way it was anything. We're just gonna leave it. So they decide to leave it. And I will tell you what happened the very next day. When we come back from break. Sorry about that. But break times are good because then I can take a moment and rest my voice, which is always a good thing. So I will see you guys in just a moment after a break. Cliffhanger, dun dun dun. Yeah, go get go to the bathroom, go get something to drink. And I will see you all in 5 minutes. We are back. We're back. We are back. Alright. Let me see. Alright, so where we left off. So, let me do a tiny recap for anybody who's popped in or popped out. So, Betty and Barney Hill are on their honeymoon drive back home. So they're basically heading back home for their lovely honeymoon at Niagara Falls. And they come across, or something really, finds them. It's this weird ship-looking thing. They don't know what it is. And they wake up, they're terrified, and they wake up on the side of the road, perfectly parked. Everything's fine. So they just decide to head home. Where when they head home, they realize that Betty's dress has been torn, Barney's shoes have been scuffed, both of their watches are broken, and they're missing 2 hours of time. Something has happened within those 2 hours. But they don't know what. So they decide to keep it secret because there's no way anybody's gonna believe them. This is just too unbelievable. So the next day, they decide not to keep it a secret anymore. They can't do it. They can't do it anymore. They have to talk to people about this and see what could have happened. So, Betty decides that if anybody would have seen anything, they would have called the local Air Force. Or maybe this was actually an Air Force ship. That happens. Or, you know, maybe there's Air Force testing and something happened with that and it caused ship went out of path by accident. She gave a description of the aircraft to just see, like, hey, you know, you guys find, like, a ship that, like, would around with, like, 2 little wings and, you know, little lights on the ends of the wings. You know, you guys have a aircraft like that flying around? Decide to avoid the whole, aliens thing. It was just to not seem crazy, but it was just like, you know, did you guys see, like, you guys have something out there like that? Yeah, just flying around last night? And the officer reassured her the Air Force Base had actually received many calls about this thing that was in the sky, and that they were aware of it, but it was not anything of theirs. And not only had they received multiple reports of something in the sky, but even the Air Force Base had actually seen it on their radar, and they didn't know what it was. Wasn't anything of theirs. Don't know. And this just seemed to make it 10,000 times worse. Because this isn't a bad dream that they somehow both shared. This isn't a thing. This isn't a silly little thing. This is something that happened. Something that's real. So this is now gonna start causing problems because this has made it worse. So Betty starts having these vivid nightmares. And it's like vivid nightmares of that night. And not only is it like vivid nightmares of that night, it's like these random flashes of being on a ship and creatures, these small gray creatures, and she just doesn't know, but it's scary, it's terrifying. She's isolated from Barney in these dreams. It's terrifying. And Barney, you know, he's not left out of this situation. He's having health problems suddenly, you know, like his health is rapidly declining. He's getting sick and having heart problems. You don't fuck with heart problems. So they decided that this is causing problems. and we can't handle this. So December 14th, 1963. So this is going to be 2 years after the incident. So this is these vivid nightmares and Barney's health declining. It all happens within these 2 years. So they go to a psychiatrist named Dr. Simon. And Dr. Simon is famous for his hypnosis abilities. And we're gonna put a pin in the hypnosis. We're just gonna go boop, boop, and we'll come back to that. So he's famous for these hypnosis things. And, you know, being able to pull memories out from people, you know, from people's minds and to help them. Okay, so they go to him because he is a specialist. So after the hypnosis, Dr. Simon was unsure what to do. He was like, look, the Hills really believe that this happened. And I'm not even kidding. This is, like, they truly believe this. That this is what happened to them. But because of the hypnosis, it's called into question. It's the problem. And even Dr. Simon, who is a professional at hypnosis, is like, oh, no, I think that these vivid nightmares could have become a memory. She could have just had a really bad dream and internalized it, and it became this trauma. But the problem is, why is Barney having these as well? Like, this experience as well. This is not like your typical one person's having a nightmare, the other person doesn't. I mean, me and Hydra have this problem, not constantly, but on occasion, where he'll have a dream of, we call them dream each other, so Dream Cozy and Dream Hydra. So Dream Cozy will cheat on Dream Hydra, and it's really bad, and he wakes up pissed at me because how dare you cheat on me, but, like, it takes him a minute to remember that it's not actually me. And then he's like, okay, well, I'm not mad at you, but I'm mad at Dream Cozy. And that happens. We do that. It is just a part of being married and sleeping. Having dreams. So, that doesn't really entirely make sense, though, why Barney would be having these. Barney is just the same. He's like, no, this happened. This is not like a haha hee hee hoo hoo. This happened. So, what's the answer? Right? We're now in this weird nebulous spot. What happens? Is it true? Is it not true? We don't know. It's genuinely one of those, maybe. It might have. This is a pretty remarkable case in the aliens UFO situation. Because it's probably one of the very first times that aliens were ever considered violent. You know, before this, it was really kind of they're just extraterrestrials who are here to help us take the world into the future. And after this, it's like, I don't know, maybe they're not like such great people. Like, maybe aliens aren't just here to help us. Maybe they're here to experiment on us too, and to hurt us. So now this is like, okay, well, aliens maybe just aren't as cool as we think they are. Now, the other thing that I guess leads credence and also leads a lot of skepticism to it is that Betty, in her vivid nightmares and in this hypnosis thing, she vividly remembers being, when she was on the ship, seeing a map of the stars, and she remembers this. She remembers this clearly. So she decides that, like, she writes it down, like, as proof. So she starts, you know, here, here, you know, some here, a little thing here, a little over there. And it perfectly matches to a real star system called Zeta Reticuli, which sounds like, oh, this adds great credence, you know, she drew a real star system. There is so many star systems. There is an obscene amount, actually. It could have been a coincidence. So much so to this point that, like, I could probably draw a star map, and you would be able to find it. Somewhere. One of them would match. So, which then calls it back into a, well, and the fact that, like, how can people find their birthdays in pi? Yeah, like how people can find their birthday in pi. Yeah, exactly. Like, well, you know, if you put enough numbers together, you're gonna find it. So, it's... Now, here's where we have, like, okay, so, star system, shot down. Okay, well, what about Betty? Betty has a torn dress that has a mysterious stain on it. How does that happen? So, they took Betty's dress, and they sent it to an independent researcher, and that independent researcher tried to do a DNA test on it, on the dress, and said mysterious stain. And to this day, they don't know what it is. It's a substance of something. Problem is that they haven't tested it in a very long time, so it could actually be something, but we don't know. Because they haven't tested it in so long, and it's frankly just one of those, like, the dress doesn't have a whole lot of the stain left. So, if we retest it, that might be the last time that we could test it. 1 second. Oh my god. I had a cough. Anyway. So, don't really want to test it if that's going to be your last time testing this mysterious stain. So, and that's kind of where it ends. So let's talk about the hypnosis thing, okay? Because that is a really this, like, a very large part of the story. It's a very big part of the story because it takes this from a potentially super scary to, well, yeah, well. So, here's the problem with hypnosis. So, when somebody is put under hypnosis, they become highly suggestible. So, I don't know if everybody's seen these, but there are videos of hypnotists basically hypnotizing somebody and going, "You're a chicken. When you wake up, you're 100% sure you're a chicken. Wake up. Oh, bark, 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 bark," and they're just a chicken. They are 100% sure that they are a chicken. They're balking, they're looking for seed. So, because of somebody being in hypnosis is so highly suggestible, it causes a problem because who's to say that Dr. Simon didn't put them under hypnosis and go, "You saw aliens, actually." Is Smudge is asleep? Hydra is back out here. Oh. We are hoping that she is asleep. Well, I hope she's gonna stay asleep. That's really the hope. So, because it's so highly suggestible, it's like, well, who's to say that Dr. Simon didn't just say that they had experienced this? you know, keep in mind that this is 1961 when this happened. There is racism everywhere. Like, everywhere that you turn. So, who's really to say that what Betty and Barney Hill experienced wasn't a hate crime, a hate attack, you know? Who's to say that this wasn't somebody in a big truck chasing them down and beating them, or tearing Betty's dress and scuffing Barney's shoes? Who's to say that this isn't what happened? And who's to say that this wasn't just Betty's dreams? Because, I mean, keep in mind, you know, Betty is around this stuff. This is still 1961. The UFO is still kind of new and fresh and something on everybody's mind. Not to mention that her own father likes UFOs. And literally spends quite a bit of time just going out to the night sky looking. Or had spent a lot of time just looking for UFOs. So this is like a forefront thing in her mind. So, who's to say she didn't have a nightmare about this? Told Barney about this. Got freaked out by the nightmare. Went to go see a psychologist who specializes in hypnosis. Told him about it. And it became a memory. Because that's what happens in this. It becomes a memory. So, who's really to say that that's not what happens? It's a problem. Now, the other thing about this that I will say, not whether or not I think it's real or fake, because there is just so many things that it could be. There's so many things it couldn't be. But this whole incident is culturally important to the world. It's culturally important in the way that before the Hill incident, you have friendly aliens who just want to help people and just want to, you know, take humanity into the future. And after this incident, you have Aliens, the movie Aliens. You have, oh my god, maybe these aren't cool people. Maybe they are trying to kill us. And it changed society. So, I don't even really care what it is. I care way more about the fact that it's a big thing. It's a situation. It's a cultural event. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I got. That's what I got. It's a... I don't know. It's a weird, weird thing that happened or couldn't have happened or may happen. It changed the world. One way or another. And I think for that, it deserves to be recognized and talked about. My voice is shot. Oh my god. I'm gonna cough. Okay. Anyway. So what do you guys think? Huh? Huh? What did y'all think? You good? I forgot to do emotes. That's what I forgot to do. Yeah, what do you guys think of the Hill abduction? It's a shorter one, but it's really just one of those, like, I don't really have a whole lot because it's kind of a hard one. Do. Also just that I never changed. Wow, I am a professional streamer. Anyway. Well, with that, I know it's a little bit short, but like I said, my voice is actively dead. it's like actively dying right now. I can feel the dryness and the various throat problem. Yeah. So I think we're gonna go ahead and raid out just a little early. And next week, actually, let me get opinions on next. What could I do? Okay, so there's options. And there's not that many people here. So maybe if I do a poll, you guys would actually not tie it. We'll see, though. Boop, boop, boop. No. Alright. There we go. Alright. There's a poll. You guys go ahead and vote on what you want to see. For next time. And I will go ahead and do that. If you guys pick the Radium Girl, so I will need to finish it immediately. Oh good, somebody picked the Radium. No, that's good. I need to finish it. It's been weeks. I need to do it. Chicken and Strip are alive, and the mug person from last time is alive. Oh yes, the mug. I do need. I believe I saw that Chimikin and a Swimp were alive as well. Oh, it looks like we have 2 for the Radium Girls. That's a shocker that you guys all agreed on that. Oh, Hydra is running back into the bedroom. It looks like we may have lost our Binky. She loses her Binky a lot. It's like a thing. Oh yeah. She's a very active sleeper. And like it's a good thing overall, but it's incredibly annoying at the exact same time. Binky. Of course it was Binky. It's because when she sleeps, she likes to sleep with her hands near her face. And she'll just randomly go and start rubbing her face. And it knocks her Binky out. And it's like the most annoying thing because she'll do it for about an hour and then she'll conk out. Oh, alright. It looks like we for sure have the Radium Girls, so I will go ahead and actually remember to finish it this week. How about that? And let me go ahead. Take 2 on Binky. Oh, okay. She does that too, where she like, oh, and then she goes right back to sleep. Alright. I think, let me see, let me double check on this, because I know we have Shrimp and Tori. Right, is there... I want to make sure I know all of my options. Hydra, do you just have a Shrimp and Chimikin streaming as well? Also, Gamma, who's the mug person? I think I might want to go into there and try to buy them mug. You had, oh, you got, I got Cammy. Yeah, the skeleton me. Oh, Gamma sent the mug person. Yeah, check the mug person. It is. I had a. Oh, that's who had the mug. Lol. Yes, I am. Not gonna lie, I kind of really want the mug. Uh, oh wow. Very pretty. And swooshy. Again. Yeah. Okay, well then I think we will go ahead and head over there, and then we're gonna see if I can snag a mug. Alrighty, all. We are gonna go ahead and raid out. So let me go ahead. What would be a good? Yeah, let's do a. Boom. We're gonna go ahead and use that for our raid message for today. And we'll go ahead and do that. And I hope y'all have a lovely rest of your evening and a fabulous weekend. And we'll talk about the Radium Girls. And bye-bye.
Yike. Oh, Cozy Cryptid, thank you for the raid. Oh my goodness. Hello. Here, let me do that. UFO Cabin Raid, hello. Kami, Gamma, Cozy Cryptid, hello. I got Deus Raid. Hi everybody.